further in the distance, this assault seeming to happen on this pillar of light coming from Mr. Tower, Cremina, Raphael, and the owl taking the lead, and they can run that way.
Ooh, your owl could have some valuable insight on what's happening.
Yeah, where's your raven?
On my shoulder.
Ah.
Calamacy, it's your turn.
Cal's like, worry about your own animals.
I know, damn, I always sacrifice Crow. Okay. So, I'm looking down at Agatha, probably squatting down, not kneeling, seeing if her condition has improved at all, if, like, slapping her cheeks would wake her up, or if I need to start picking her up and taking her towards where we sent Tammy, or where I heard Tammy.
It does not seem like she's going to be waking up times.
Okay. Upon seeing that, I fireman carry her onto me. And start making my way.
When I see you take her off that way, she's probably safe over here. We're gonna have to head over there in order to fight.
Yeah.
That's the end of your turn?
Was picking her up an action?
I don't think so. I think that's an interaction.
Okay, if not, then I will use my action to move another 6.
Rogues are fast.
Yeah. It's not an action unless they're trying to, like, it's a live person. You're trying to grapple them. And
okay. That is the end of my turn.
All right. Oops.
Okay.
Oogie.
I will. Okay, so she's doing that while walking over towards the battlefield where Emus is. Well, beyond where Emus is, but whatever. I'll put away my sword and get out my paintbrush and fancy item.
As you sheath your weapon, feel that vibration, even at your hilt, vibrating your hip area, and as the wielder becoming more and more acquainted, it seems to be beckoning, desiring more blood of
what?
More blood of evil dragons.
So I'll ask it. Do you want me to just leave you inside that dragon real quick while I draw?
The humming fades, and the sword goes kind of mundane feeling.
Okay. Yeah, so I still have the drawing stuff. How much stuff can I do in this turn? I've already traveled all 30 feet, put away the sword, talked to it, and then also got out the painting material. So maybe that's it?
Yes.
Cool.
No, you still have an action. Because you've used up movement, interaction, the interaction being digging stuff through your stuff.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and draw then. Draw some arrows for this turn.
Okay. Make a. What did I give you the stats on that? Wasn't it like a D6?
I think it was just a skill check plus proficiency since I'm proficient with it.
Right. I meant, did I? Okay. I need you to roll that, but I meant did I give you the stats for how many the dice rolled for how many arrows you can produce?
Oh no, definitely.
Okay.
Not.
Okay. Make a performance check for me, please. Or not a performance check, a calligraphy check.
17. You just said a skill check. I was
Yep.
busy saying 17. Okay, cool.
So you're able to line up 4 arrows emerging into hardwood out of the.
Cool. I'm totally going to be doing that again next turn. But that's my turn.
Okay. um. Can I see Raphael or Crimea ahead of me?
Yeah, it looks like they're running down this long straight, which button it seems like the wood line down at the distance. They're almost at the edge of it, and it looks like it cuts to the right. That kind of seems to be the direction in which they are running.
Mm. In this camp off to the left, I don't see any guards or any people left in it.
From your angle, definitely not. With your passive perception, you also hear the crackling of like fires going. Like there's not a whole lot of smoke, so it's probably not like the encampment's on fire, but there's a sound of like stomping, neighing, and crackling of like campfires, but no walking around, no talking, anything like that. No sounds of humans.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna charge ahead. 15, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Just keep on going in my turn.
As you approach that area, you can hear the horses that you were just coming up towards, not coming up towards, but passing. As you feel this kind of tingling on your skin and this shift in energy in the air, the horses seem to start bucking and neighing and pulling on their posting, start um, kind of getting into a fit. Is at that time, clouds seem to kind of almost centered towards where the tower is. There's like this dark vortex of clouds forming and then spreading. And as it begins to spread very rapidly and supernaturally, this green lightning kind of crackles throughout these dark clouds as it begins to spread. Probably in this amount of time, probably more than 400 feet across in diameter, roaring into existence. Okay. Lady Ashina, as Calamity's running past Agatha, turns and kind of like worryingly looks that direction, shakes her head, and puts her head inside here. Zoit, are you able to fight?
No.
Need
Do you need like 30 seconds? I'm like overhearing it and I pipe in.
In like 30 seconds? Is that what you said?
Yes.
I'm beat, guys. I mean, I've got 10 health. So I can't jump in right now, but if I get some healing, I could.
30 seconds is 5 turns of healing.
Lady Sheena's going to reach out,
Yes.
close her eyes, and you watch this radiant energy form at her hand as she places it onto you. You're going to restore a total of 17 hit points.
Nice.
She's going to look at you and say, "We need everyone we can get." She looks
I'm
past
in.
you towards the townspeople, and almost like she's also addressing them. She's going to towards the fight. Okay. The people around you, Bezoit, seeming to understand the man and woman holding each other. You can hear the sound of kids downstairs shuffling around, and they're going to look at each other. And the man nods, and the woman goes over and takes a hunting bow hanging off the wall and a quiver of arrows. And you can see the man rushing downstairs and coming up real quick with a looks almost like an old like guards kit. Might be a retired guard or something. Um, the hilted sword, sheath sword, and leather armor, and he begins suiting up and looking at you determined.
I nod my head towards him in appreciation. With that, I am going to, with my action, take the vial of healing potion that Tammy gave me earlier. And how much does that restore?
This is the last potion you have, right?
Yep.
Is this the big one or is it a normal one?
She said that it was a small one, but it was all
Being
she
honest.
had. I wish I would have lied and said a big one.
Well, maybe you can also heal during this turn.
I'm going to.
It restores 4 health.
Okay, now I have a question. What level are we? And that's important to know for my healing spell.
What do you
Are
mean
we
we?
above?
Like, are you saying you yourself or?
You're a
Yeah,
level 12
am I above a
paladin.
5 or above 11?
Yeah, above 11. You're a level 12 paladin right now.
Okay, so I am going to and we're like 300 feet from the tower, correct?
No.
How far are we from the tower?
Quite a ways.
300 feet,
No.
right? I mean, when I measured it and I went up tall.
As the crow flies, you are this far away, which is like 600 feet.
Isn't this with the light on it, the tower?
No, that's the landmark of the sword, the hilt.
Oh, I thought that was a tower. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I am going to do cure wounds, and that gives me unto myself 8, 12. And then I am, so that
As
is 12.
these villagers are gearing up and they watch you get healed by this lady who runs out of the door, you chug a potion, a little tincture, and then cast healing on yourself. Their eyes begin to kind of widen in bewilderment as they get ready.
Okay, I am then going to. Am I walking? I can't.
As you turn to leave the room,
I can't.
you
can't walk.
As you turn to leave the room, you catch the eyes of the two villagers look towards that window that they had went to earlier that you had died from, and from that window you can see um, that floating eye looking through the window, observing the people getting geared up, you healing and re-entering the.
Oh, great. As I turn to look at the villagers, I'm gonna put my fist on my heart and then hold my hand out to them as I exit. Mike, I don't know why I can't move, Bezoit.
Kill you and re-add.
I'll kill you.
I kill you. Thank you. So that's about 3. I'm gonna. That's not my. You took it off of me.
Give me a second.
I'm
You
sorry.
should have control now.
I don't see myself on the side of the board.
Just saw your character move.
Nope.
Okay, just tell me where you want your character then.
Here, 1, 2. I'm just. That's as far as I can go. All right.
And you hear Thorin yelling at the distance, "Wait up, Oliver, you're not the only one wanting revenge," as he tries to catch up with Oliver's long strides. Watch as Cremina button hooks around the woodland, disappearing behind the wood line. The owl following. Close pursuit, as ordered. Raphael also disappeared. Seems like Cremina is as agile as Raphael, by the way. Clemency.
All right. As I am carrying Agatha, I'm gonna start yelling, "Tammy, come out here with somebody and help me carry Agatha into safety." Listen to see if she says anything as I make my way. So.
As you come around, you don't hear. Oh, you got more.
Yeah, I just need. That's as far as I.
As you come around the corner, you're greeted by a few different sights. The first sight over here, the door where Tammy was, you can see a group of people, kind of varying, a halfling, a human. Looks like they're putting on not really great gear, but some basic adventuring gear. And you can see this image on the wall behind them being projected by this magical sphere, showing the scenes happening out on the battlefield. Um, People gaining inspiration, feeling the tides of battle turning in this new hope, people gearing up to join the fight. Tammy being one of them. Um, as she exits the door, seeing you, though she hadn't heard you from all the commotion going inside the house, you can see her eyes completely swollen red, like she's been crying intensely. And she looks at you with this almost seething determination in her eyes as you come around the corner.
Mm.
I'll draw some more arrows.
Okay, make a check for me.
23.
23.
Yes.
You are able to make 8 arrows.
Hooray.
as you expertly
I'll pick
shift
up all
his
this stuff and put it away and head out. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and get my sword out. I don't know if that makes you any slower at running. It seems
No,
like
it
it
doesn't.
doesn't, so I'll go ahead and do that. And then that'll be my turn.
Ninja run with it behind you so it doesn't cut you.
drag it along 15 feet behind, 10 feet behind him. Emus, what you doing?
That'd be so intimidating.
Yeah.
Um,
I
5,
want to do
10,
it.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Remember that Pass Without a Trace is still active.
Is it
Wow.
really?
Yes.
Okay. Emus is still charging ahead. Ian's his turn.
The clouds begin to grow another 300 feet in diameter, not seeming to slow as they begin to kind of cast this dark shadow down. Second. Sorry, guys, this thing's touchy. Is that better? Does that kind of set the mood a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
The orange sky.
Now we got a mood.
Now I got a mood. All right. You see this look of determination almost immediately waver slightly as Tammy looks up and sees this large mass of energy forming in the sky. This green lightning continuously crackling and thundering out, um, like creating this ominous aura, your hair standing up on your arms. And the game rushes forward. They do. You can hear to your left, Calamacy, and the house is behind you. It sounds like furniture being quickly moved, um, chairs being undone from the doors, like pinning the doors shut, doors swinging open, and people kind of like yelling, hurry up, we're needed. So wait.
Me already?
Feels like such a powerful spell. I'm scared.
Forgot what I was doing. Okay, that's I am going to move forward and I am going to do cure wounds on myself again.
How many spell slots do you have left?
2 for another 9. And that's the end of my turn.
Diplomacy.
Mm. So, hey Tammy, do you think you could stay back and watch over Agatha? I can't get her to wake up.
She starts like clenching her fists. She looks over at Agatha and looks at you. As long as you swear on your life that you won't that happen to Bezoid again.
Well, I mean, we killed all the dragons, so I suppose I could promise that, but I can't promise that we won't all die trying to stop Martrell.
At the end of your sentence, you hear what almost seems like a familiar. I mean, it does seem like a familiar voice coming from images projected on the houses and doors. As the image changes from the battlefield, you can see almost like this, like as if from the perspective of being cupped out by this person, like they're cupping something out in their hands, and then like you're inside their hands looking back at them. You can see the face of Lavia Valina saying, "Citizens of Shadowdale, need your help." And then the image goes away. The orb projecting the image disappears.
Okay. I will just set her inside this door. And then if Tammy decides to not stay, I understand.
You see Tammy go back to the door, nodding at the others, nod at her. They prepare to follow you.
Passed it to Boogie.
Oh, wait. That's a cool trick. Oh, shit.
What was a cool trick?
I was doing a little, what's it called? Joint. There you go. That's my turn.
All right. Emus.
Okay.
You
Am I
do
gonna
feel
take?
like, I'm sure, with your ranger senses, that you'd probably be able to cut him off if you went through the woodlands.
Oh yeah, I was planning on it.
Spider senses are tingling.
Caitlin, didn't you find a way to move your token with a ruler?
Yeah, I could not tell you how I did it, and I hope I never push the button to undo it.
Well, gee, thanks.
It's
So
a happy
good.
little accident.
How to wet your ruler?
She cracks me up.
So when I click on my character, it actually has the ruler automatically measuring it for me as I move. It's really nice.
Okie dokie. You starting off into the woods. Once I enter the tree line though, and noticing that my I'm gonna probably finally realize that I'm not really being closely followed by anyone. I'm gonna slow my footsteps down and try to watch where I step and try not to make a sound.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Remember that +10, baby.
1525.
Okay. The clouds roar out another 300 feet, going and going and going. Now pushing, like encompassing it's on its way to encompassing the entirety of Shadowdale, completely looming over. It doesn't seem to be stopping in any direction that it's expanding, just flowing out. All right. More shifting, more rallying. Zoe, it's back to you.
All right, I am. What the heck?
You're near the fence for what that's worth.
Yeah, I know. It's not let me move it again. Six. I am gonna do cure wounds again
That's
on
your
myself.
final or almost
I have
final?
one more, and that gives me 10, and that ends my turn.
Thorin, while running, still bickering at Oliver for being faster than him.
This feels kind of like a Legolas scenario.
Diplomacy.
I am finishing up using the bathroom really fast. It's just a pee.
Waiting on her.
But
How we
you know
feeling,
what
guys? You
you'll be
feeling like you're
doing
gonna
with
you
your character?
guys gonna do this? You know what you're gonna do with your character?
Will you be like
Yeah,
dashing towards the
I
right?
will be dashing to get to the rest of the group.
You're about to play
Oh.
double dash.
Double dash mystery.
Incidentally, double dash is my favorite Mario Kart.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yes. That's
Oh,
one
Seth, I figured out how
slash
to do it.
dash.
click your character, and then you click M, and then you toggle that little icon that looks like the guy wearing the necklace or the dude with elf ears.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Oh, nice. All right. Passing the boogie.
Boogie.
How do you do it?
You click your character, then hit M, and then toggle the guy with elf ears. That comes up on the toolbox bar. You gotta click and hold your guy. Then hold M. Oh, there you go. Looks like it's already toggled. The guy should be highlighted. That looks like he has elf ears. A 4.
Yay. It looks like it's working. That's satisfying.
Okay, good.
Yes. You can see in this area, Seth, right here, appears to be like a boot laying kind of twisted oddly, sticking out as if bottom of a body.
Bottom of a body, what?
Lying there.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to the boot.
He's gonna run up to the boot.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him. Sorry. So as you turn the corner and see the boot, the body lying there, you can see what looks to be one of those possessed guardsmen laying there with what appears to be this kind of black feathered dart sticking out of his neck with this kind of tar substance coming out from where the needle is.
Interesting. There's no one else around? No other bodies?
In this area, no. And by the way the guard landed, it looked like he was killed higher and then fell down these rocks, landing there.
Okay. In my turn.
Okay. Another 300 feet, growing in diameter. Lightning, cackling, growing, almost like feeling like gaining in power. Like the longer and longer, more it grows, like the more your skin stands up, your hair stands up. Goosebumps. Right. Well, let me see. You hear from behind you. Um, seems like people coming out of their houses, gathering up, yelling out. People recognizing each other, yelling out all sorts of different things. You hear yells out in concern, panic over this mass in the sky, um, sobs, rallying cries like "Let's go, let's do this." Zoe, it's your turn.
I am going to move. And I'm going to dash.
Oh, good.
Okay. It's going to take us forever just to get to the fight.
Yeah, I am willing to. If everyone's going to run there, I can measure out and then skip ahead that many in the initiative order.
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
our
you guys
that's
want
fine.
to
basic
do.
plan, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, it'll be like Emus gets 3 turns and then ellipses. Yeah, that sounds good. Calamus, do
You
you
have.
agree with that? Emus, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I was thinking of trying to approach from this side through here. If that changes anything.
Seth, where are you approaching from?
Well,
Um,
yeah.
I'm gonna be slinking through the trees and forest, trying to keep a low profile.
So we're gonna skip ahead. I believe 5 turns. Is everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Yes.
That's a total of 30
Yes.
seconds in real life time. We're fast forwarding. Okay. I'm gonna move everyone accordingly.
I would like to note that before I would go to be rounding this corner of rocks, I would like to start stealthing. I would be moving slower.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
This corner over here.
Yeah.
And as you come up this way, you would see another dead guard with a similar dart of tar sticking out of. This one at a different. You wouldn't know the angle. The other one went. This one like right through his front, where his
Ooh.
esophagus is.
Okay. I rolled really good. If it was a hit, it would have been a crit. For a total of 44.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'll be just
I
like
rolled an
running along until I see him and then like, oh, and like duck behind a tree and then start to sneak.
Okay. What's your immediate goal, Emus? Are you going for Martrill, Raphael, and Tatsia, or Cremina? Trying to save Tatsia? What do you?
I'm gonna be coming up through the woods, trying to stay behind Raphael and Camilla, and then I want to see how they interact first with what's going on.
Okay. So as you approach Emus, um, you can see in the distance, um, as you get through the woodland. Let me move you there. Actually, let me make sure everyone's so all my NPCs at least. All right, I'm gonna move you guys. I'm gonna take you out of initiative, and you move to where you would move within 6 turns.
Okay. First run.
Mike, can you just put me back where I would spot Camilla and Raphael again, as they would leave the woods?
Yeah, so you probably, as you approached this area here, would see them over here, button hooked around this tree, hiding and observing, waiting for the others. You see what looks to be Thorin, not actually with them, more off in the distance, less sneaky, and waiting for his opportunity to come up. And then you see Raphael, the owl, Cremina, nestled very securely in this little tree nook here, hidden from sight from as you get a closer, right around the corner there. Oh, you can actually see a lot from where you're at. So you would see um, the outline hidden over this way of Salatami. Just got done crawling up the face of the rocks here. Who looks like he's getting ready to intervene on the scene before him. in front of you here, you guys, as you draw closer, bear witness to this beam of energy being siphoned off of this kind of goldish glow. You see the humanoid form of Tatsia levitating in the air about 10 feet, right in front of Martrill, who has his hands up and is like guiding this energy, siphoning it out of Tatsia into the air, causing this like massive roaring of the shifting in the sky. Um, and then there's an intense glow of blue coming from within the tower, um, spinning almost like on an axis, like radiating this room from within the tower. The tower is in shambles, by the way. It's like there's this intense energy coming off of it, but the tower itself is like in ruin. This Mr. Tower, like it's very it's not anything special. It's just this rumbly old tower.
Are these people actually here?
No, sorry. That was from before the possession.
I would like to. Hang on, I'm checking to see if I have any physical arrows on me. Give me 1 second.
All right, so if that's as far as you can get, Boogie, we're actually gonna fast forward a couple more rounds for everyone to catch up here.
Yeah, I'm figuring out what I want to do anyway.
I'm at 4 moves, but my initial goal was to get into the tower, and I didn't know that there was going to be a door right here. So I can stop my movements here to be able to try to
You know that
enter.
that's not the tower, right?
No.
You would see with
Oh,
your vision
that's the
as
tower. Okay. Then I'm going to continue to move.
The tower has all that rock underneath of it, around it, right?
yes. Boogie, you're at 6 moves right there.
Sure. I think.
So may I, as I'm moving, just for like flavor text, let's say I want to cross the road right here, turn, like merge with Crow to fly across the road.
Oh, that would be a good move.
Yeah,
Merge with
absolutely.
Crow and just freaking put yourself where you want to be.
As you do so, flying over, you can see the encampment. It looks like people getting ready, waking up from this kind of slumber they were in, um, grabbing a hold of axes, this kind of merchant caravan area over here. People rising up to join.
Okay. This feels like it's about to be a big battle with lots of casualties.
I have a plan.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be really epic, and if it's not, everybody's going to be really disappointed. No pressure.
Yeah, I'm emotional.
Are you emotional right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
I was thinking
Alright.
you were speaking as Emus.
I got a plan. I got a plan. I got a plan.
All right, is everyone content with where they are?
Yeah, I think for now I'm gonna stay in the crow form, just nestled in the tree overlooking.
You're way further back than everyone else was.
Sure, my position's fine.
Oh.
Who's this right in front of me, though?
Who is this right in front of you? Bezoit and
Yeah.
Oliver.
Oliver, okay, cool.
Ah, there's our most hated enemy. Dang it, I didn't get a chance to ask what Martrell's
Ooh.
full name was.
He, by the way, is making his way up towards the dwarf, though he had stopped a little further back before the dwarf nuzzled ahead. All right, we're re-entering initiative mode. Dun dun dun. And I think it was Emus's turn.
Yeah, it was.
Emus.
Okay.
As you guys run up this cloud, now a mile in diameter, golfing this rural city
Um,
at energy.
can I get the party's consent to do something wacky and wild?
Go hog wild.
Okay. This is probably the
Wait,
wackiest
wait.
thing that I can do.
Well,
Y'all know that you're talking to Emus, right?
Oh, let me
Okay.
explain something, by the way, before you do that, because all those turns passed. There's now dozens of this being an adventuring town, dozens of low-level adventurers who are making their way, probably at this moment, passing by like the Lord's Manor, making their way down toward the tower. So they're probably about 100 feet or so behind you guys, but they are on their way. Probably 24 to 36 adventurers.
Wow.
Okay. Wacky wild time. Emus is gonna drink potion of headmaster.
Okay. As you drink,
Jeez.
your body begins to contort itself into the image of your headmaster that you know.
Okay. And then I am going to then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sprout wings from my back and I'm gonna launch myself up in the air and doing my best impression of our headmaster, I'm gonna call out to Martrill, Martrill, you will be defeated.
Make a. I will let you choose between a deception and a performance check.
Amazing.
I'm gonna go with performance. It's just one better, but I'm gonna do it. No way. 22. Let's go. I have a +3 to performance.
Yes.
You watch as Martrill, who seems to be in the middle of not only siphoning this energy from this like screaming in pain, though it's like muffled in this orb of energy. Tatsia, who's like screaming out as this energy is being siphoned out of him. Um, the densest part of it, right above, like this very dense, vibrant green, um, forming, breaking through that black clouds and like amassing itself over the tower. Um, his fingers like tracing you, they're like glowing this um, bluish green, and his eyes are glowing. Um, and he turns to look at the yelling, seeing this person who looks like Solomon, and his head snaps very quickly um, toward the tower, like in confusion. And he
Um,
seems to be staring at what is um, that spinning orb, which at this distance would probably be able to guess that it's the crystal that was taken out of his cloak is now spinning in the tower, and seeing you, Solomon, he turns very confused and looks towards the tower, turns towards Emus, um, and you see this like yellow lightning cackle between his fingers. Um,
Oh,
Tatsia still floating and being siphoned. He's going to face you. Um, doing-
dive, dive, dive.
First off, can you get me flying, please? So I can get up to where I am. Thank you. I'm going 60.
Oh, that's nice for flying height now. Oh,
And then I mean I'm out of action economy, so I'm just gonna stand there looking. Or I'm just gonna kind of like try to appear super intimidating and like I'm coming for you. It's your last day kind of expression, and that's all I really can do.
Awesome.
I like it. Ballsy, but I like it.
I I'm I might actually be my out of tricks at this point.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Amos. He did that right before his turn.
Sure did.
Oh, I'm scared for you.
I'm scared too.
I was hoping to break his concentration for whatever he's trying to do.
Martrill is going to take that yellow lightning and trace it down to his palm. As he does so, that bluish yellow energy disconnects from his hand and attaches to the end of that cackling yellow lightning, which he then like flicks with his middle finger and goes launching out towards you with his hand reaching out, attempting to grasp onto your shoulder. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Whoa!
Dexterity saving throw.
Martrill wasn't expecting him to be super agile.
Yeah, 27.
Okay. The hand comes out. You dive, like shift your body to the left, and the hand goes right past your shoulder, and then without like retracting, just disappears, and his hand begins glowing again. Martrill turns, kind of cursing, looking up at Tatsia, and stats. He looks up to Tatsia and then looks out to you. And then now his attention shifted away from Tatsia, scans his surroundings, smirks, and says, "Surrender or the great gold dragon dies." And you watch as Tatsia still struggles against this aura around him. It seems like tendrils of this energy are coming from the Mistra Tower, shifting over into him, like sustaining this slightly. It's not like protecting him entirely, but it's shielding him from how worse this could be for him. That goldish bubble surrounding him, feeding energy into it as this energy is ripped out the top of the bubble from him. Tommy is going to stealth roll. You watch as he grips this obsidian kind of long tube, stuffing in this kind of black feathered object into the end of it, shifts his way closer to Martrill, attempting to. What's the distance here? The arrow, or sorry, the feather blows out of the blowgun, launching towards Martrill, who doesn't even turn, and you see this like shimmering orb around him as the dart passes through and it just dissolves before it comes within a foot of Martrill's skin. And you see Martrill turn and shift his gaze slightly towards Salatami. Lady Ashina yells out, "We have to save him."
Well, duh, he's our new crewmate.
No, she meant Tatsia.
Oh. Not who I'm worried about, no.
Tatsia, I hardly knew him.
You can see from behind you, Zoit and Boogie. You can hear the people coming up, and the sound of Lady Avelina at the front organizing the group and efforts. This way, everyone! She yells out. Just wait.
Sorry, I had to cough. Crap. I am. Oh. Okay. I moved and then dashed up there. And who is this? These are just townspeople?
I don't see your marker. Where's your marker? Mark it again.
Here?
Right here?
Right in front of me?
That's Lady Ashina right in front of you.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Raphael's here. Cremina's here.
Are they
They are
are they
currently, having seen this last thing happened, it looks like Cremina and Raphael cannot wait anymore, and they're jumping into action.
are they within 30 feet of me?
No.
Okay. That'll end my turn then.
Thorin rushes forward. Cremina busts into action, followed by the owl. She's going to run, semi-jump, semi-assisted by her wings, jump up and find herself up onto this rock. Raphael shifts over, and more cautiously than the others. Actually, Raphael's not going to move.
Nice.
He's going to nod at Thorin, notch an arrow, going to launch. Watch as both projectiles launch forward, turning to ash before reaching Martrill, going through this rippling orb surrounding Martrill. Calamithy.
Oh. Okay. I am going to ask Crow if he would be able to commune with the Raven Queen with me and see if we can strike up some type of bargain to find out Martrell's real full name.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do, but I'll see what I can do, he says after a short pause.
Thank you.
And you watch as he vanishes in a puff of smoke, shadowy smoke.
I wonder if it would have been helpful to offer martrill Savano or whatever the other grave was that was next to Elminster. Oh, whatever. Okay, my turn.
Yes, sir.
Let me look at these trees. They look really thick.
What is that?
Okay.
Wow, you did a good job, buddy.
It's mama. It's coming through your mic.
I'm sneaking. I didn't make a lot of progress forward. I'll ready an arrow. For when it seems like Martrill's like actually really concentrating on something. But 30 feet, that's all I get while still trying to sneak. At least I think I can do all three of those things.
Sounds good to me. Is that the end of your turn?
Cool. Yeah, those three things.
Yes.
Okay. So, still trying to keep up the charade. I am going to move forward a little bit. And I'm going to, once again, doing my best Solomon impression, bellow out, um, um, this will end now! And then I am going to I'm going to pull out an empty vial and cast daylight on it. And I want to make it really theatrical, like I'm about to cast some really big spell that I'm charging up for.
Okay. Make a performance check for me.
Oh boy. 20. Man, these new dice rock.
You watch as you begin casting this spell. The instant feel that magic aura begin to leave your fingers. Feel a snap coming from Martrill and this counterspell completely dismantling your magic on the object.
Super.
At the end of your
Great work,
turn.
Evis.
Yeah, that's all I can really do.
Immediately after, so you watch as this magic begins to glow, and the second it begins to glow is dispelled, and then this wave of force, this like purplish, almost like looks like a specter, briefly appearing in the air and rushing, pushing this a massive amount of force with it, diagonally coming from towards Celatami as Martrill waves his hand, and this immense force smacks Celatami into the rock of the tower. You watch as Celatami crumbles, the smear of red crumbling down as his head passes the rock onto the ground.
What do you mean his head passes the rock?
Like it smashes into the rock, and then as it sinks to the ground with him unconscious, the smear of blood follows, like his head
Oh,
got busted open onto the rock.
okay, but it didn't like pierce through his brain to the other side. There's still a chance.
Right. You guys watch as Celatami crumbles. Tatsu yells out, "I can see him now for what he is. Martrill is," and as he says Martrill is, you see this choking, this energy flow coming out of the top of him slows down dramatically, as there's this cackling of these green tendrils trying to pierce into this golden orb where he's floating. You see, it looks like he's beginning to choke. Sheena, run forward. Dirge. Oh, what can she cast? You guys feeling good about this fight or no?
No.
If I could get to it.
So far, it's been great. Amos wasting his counterspell. I mean,
Wasting
he
his
probably
daylight
has tons
spell.
more of those to go, but
You watch as. All right, continue talking.
he must have used a pretty powerful counterspell in order to counter sunlight.
Are you talking about Martrill used the counter spell?
Yeah, he did a counterspell. Seemed like to me.
Yeah,
Amos wasn't able to
for
go through with his
Emus's
ability.
daylight.
A daylight
Yeah.
is one of the easiest things to. Anything 3rd level and lower is a guaranteed counterspell. It only has to make a roll on 4th level or higher.
Oh, so
Well, it's a good
daylight
thing
is
I'm not
3rd
a
level or
magic.
lower. Yeah, I was thinking
that-
it was like a 5th level thing.
Gotcha.
I said, well, it's a good thing I'm not a magic.
Wah, wah. I'm about to be out of magic too. And it probably won't even work.
Is Celatani on the other side over by where Emus is at?
He's more closer to me. He was in this area last I saw him.
Okay.
You watch as Lady Ashina reaches forward, putting her hands together, casting a spell. One of her hands holding her staff, the staff glowing out, and this immense beam piercing forward toward this energy surrounding Tatsia. And you see as that green aura tendril going up towards the sky is ripped off of this golden orb, and Tatsia falls to the ground, still engulfed in an orb, still seeming to struggling to breathe. And the clouds above still there, but him no longer having this energy siphoned off of him. His breathing getting slightly better, though, still struggling. Oliver. Forward. As you hear the gaggles of people coming through the woods, some already prepping, as you can hear spells being cast, people casting protective spells on themselves and their allies as they approach the fight. Wait.
Okay. Once again, I am going to move and use dash. To get to there. And that is all that I can do.
Romina is going to let loose 3 arrows.
You got advantage on one of them?
The arrows slicing through, and all of them catching this orb surrounding Martrill, turning into ash through this prism orb around him. Fire runs up. Oh, he uses action to sprint. Calamity, it's your turn.
All right. Crap. Was Cell not over here? Or was he flung further than I thought?
What? No, it seems like the powers assisting Tatsi are coming from the tower. What was your question, Clamsy?
Cell, was he further than where
He's
I
right where
thought
you
he
are.
was? Okay.
Can you not
Oh,
see him?
wow. Yeah. I don't know. I thought he was just a
You're
darker
lucky,
colored
buddy.
rock. I would like to reach out and touch him and use my cantrip Spare the Dying, just in case he's dying.
Bazoy, you're
As-
not muted, actually.
As you reach
I
out,
love
Mom, you're not muted.
you.
As you reach out and touch Cell, you don't see any visible signs of his change, but the spell does cast his body.
Awesome. And that was an action. And crap, I don't know what obviously shooting him's not working. I suppose I can just start making my way up. So I'm going to judge the distance on if it would be better for me to wait. I would be able to dash in my next turn and make it all the way there to start hitting him. So I'm going to stay crouched behind this rock, waiting to dash with my swords out and at the ready.
Okay. Boogie.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing as I just did. My goodness. 2 tiles straight up in the air?
What? Oh.
We don't have to
Jesus
be exact here. If it's being janky.
That's probably good.
Okay.
So I'm not readying an arrow anymore. I'm just trying to be quiet. And I don't think I can sneak and dash. So that's what I'm doing.
As you come up, you can hear the townsfolk coming up behind you, gaining distance, getting closer and closer to you. Lady Ashina, or not Lady Ashina, Lady Evelina, taking up the front. And you hear a familiar voice in the very rear. You hear the sound of Tammy yelling across the group, responding to someone else.
Brave little gnome's gonna get herself killed.
All right. Amos.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward or fly forward, swooping in. And as I move forward, I'm gonna raise my bow and launching these arrows of divine energy straight at Martrill.
Surprise!
Okay, make an attack roll.
First one was a nat 1. Off to a good start. Second one is 27.
Okay. The arrow comes flying through the air. Seeing the energy force behind the arrow, I need you to roll damage first.
Damage is going to be 7 plus 6, so 13 plus 12, so 25.
Wow.
Okay.
25 radiant?
Yes.
Are you adding any extra damage to that?
Nope, that's it. 25 radiant.
You watch as this arrow comes beaming towards Martrill's face, and this almost smirk crosses his lips. Using a reaction, you watch as this probably 4-inch in diameter portal forms simultaneously between the trajectory of the arrow and just to the right, or sorry, to the left of your head. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dear Lord. 23.
Okay. You dodge backwards as this arrow with intense energy, now feeling under the force of your own assault, the arrow flies past your nose, missing you barely. Is that the end of your turn?
Wait, let me see how far away he is. Yeah, it's end of my turn.
Martrill looks around, gauging the situation, seeing all the enemies around him. His tongue comes out of his mouth and dances across his lips, and this wicked smile crosses him. And he says, I haven't got to do this in a very long time. And you see as Tatsuya reaches up, recognizing what's about to happen, trying to say, no, no. And Lady Ashina is going to counter spell. Check. Failing. You watch as this massive opening appears in the clouds, and this green flaming, best way to describe it would be like a meteorite. This very large mass of flaming rock drops down, probably about 20 feet in diameter, the opening right above the crowd here. As this ball comes down, shaking the ground, you see this massive explosion. This momentary as everyone jumps, trying to jump out of the way, and this massive rock explodes, and you see this smoke and dirt coming up, almost like the force of like a volcanic eruption. This amount of smoke coming up out of this area, so densely smoked that you can't even tell what the damages are through smoke.
Where did it strike?
The group of
Okay.
people coming from the town.
Like where Tammy is, our blessed gnome.
Yes.
He must
Um,
die.
Tatsuya, seeing the break in Martrill's attention, is going to drag himself over, like crawling, very frail, looking like some of his bones might be broken. And as he gets closer, you see that energy, that orb spinning within the tower. And this energy begins to like kind of form and seems to drag Tatsuya deeper into the tower. And you see the form of a humanoid take shape. Behind the orb, you see, well, from the spinning orb is where this energy tendrils are coming out, breaking through the barrier of the tower, gripping a hold of Tatsuya and pulling him in. And behind the orb, you see this kind of spectral form of woman who seems to have her hands placed around the orb, doing something with it.
So I'm not understanding it. Is that the orb that's protecting Tatsuya?
Might be. Um,
I'm feeling good about what just happened.
Me too. I was getting ready to scoop him up and run into the tower. You're taking my plans. Because I really want in the tower.
you guys watch as Lady Ashina stops for a moment, recognizing this strange energy, this new energy in her presence. And she yells out, "It can't be. Don't stop now. Keep assaulting," as she runs forward. Coming sliding in into vision of Martrill and focusing her gaze on him. Looking past into the tower. Oliver runs up next to her.
And bye.
You guys watch as the smoke still flows up. What you can see through the smoke appears to be a massive crater and dirt and rubble, some of the dirt smoldering, catching on fire. A tiefling's leg hanging out over the berm of the dirt in the crater. Zoe.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, and I am. Don't forget now, I still have that talisman, guys.
That's true.
Ooh, ooh, is that enough? Where's my calculator? Okay, yes. I am close enough now to Martrell that I am going to cast a cantrip, Mind Silver, and he must. It says Mind Silver, psychic damage to creatures who fail the Intel saving throw and take damage must also subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw before the end of my next turn.
And if they succeed, then it's nothing.
It says and take damage. Oh, I don't know. I guess if they succeed, it's nothing. I don't know. I don't have that.
As you turn the corner and cast your magic, you sense that he resists the spell and his attention turns to you, aware of the spell cast on him. And he begins almost laughing. He's like, "You think such weak magic's gonna work on me?" Like almost offended by the even thought of it.
Hey, it diverted his attention at least.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that would be the end. That's all I got.
Thorin runs up, takes the curve, ready to launch. Hermina is going to make a dash further behind, disappearing into the shadows.
Hey guys, I gotta leave in 5 minutes. I know. Does
I
somebody want to
suck at
play
that.
for me?
No.
No.
Nah, because if you die, then you get to blame me or whoever plays you.
Raphael turns the corner as everyone, Thorin, Ashina, Bezoit, Oliver, are coming up to the top here of this walkway, encountering Martrill standing between them and this beacon behind them. Bezoit, you would notice, Clamsy, from your angle, you would see their jaws begin to drop as they witness further in the tower. Bezoit, you seen it too, from the tendrils coming from the shard. The spectral lady behind the orb, as it begins to take a little bit more form, you recognize as the humanoid form of Mistra that you had encountered in a vision in the past. And you see this spiritual form taking shape out of the crystal, almost like its soul is being extracted from the soul stone. You begin to see this kind of flickering, not wholly formed spectral version standing over Tatsia of Master Solomon.